Hey, my beautiful Taurus souls, welcome into Mystical Pisces Wolf. If you're a Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, let's talk about the energy that's lining your path this week. The stars have been really moving and shifting in ways that directly touch your chart. And Spirit is really nudging you to pay attention because this isn't just about change, right? This is about claiming your center. So, welcome in if you are new or you are returning. Those that don't know, hi, Amanda. And thank you for going ahead and hitting that like button and doing a positive energy exchange. So, let's talk about first with Venus, your ruling planet. She's basically going to be, she went into your sign around the 6th of June, right? So, she's in your sign. And that's a big deal because Venus is at the home in Taurus. It really activates your natural strengths, grounding, sensuality, beauty, stability, self-worth. But it isn't just about a sit back and relax kind of transit, right? It's more like a reset button for your values. And Spirit saying, what are you choosing to build? And is it rooted in self-love or is it rooted in fear? This week, your desires for security, for connection might really feel amplified, but also tested. And you might just start noticing things feeling a little bit too tight or maybe too small or just a little bit out of sync with who you're becoming. That's the Venus gentle pressure, right? Urging you to realign with what feels truly nourishing. It's really a good week to look at your money, your body, your pleasure, your routines, anything that defines your sense of home in this world. Now, let's talk about Uranus, which is also still in Taurus, right? Right near the 28th degree mark. And this is the wild card energy that's in your sign. So while Venus wants to stabilize, Uranus wants to liberate. So these two planets may seem like opposites, but this week they working together, you being asked to shake off any outdated versions of comfort to create something more aligned with your soul's evolution. Now, around the 17th, we will see Mars entering Virgo, another earth sign like you. And this is really brings that push of productivity, especially in your fifth house of creativity, love, passion, children, depending on your rising sign. And let me know in the comments, are you a Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising? And if you felt stuck or sluggish lately, this could really light a fire under you. Mars in Virgo wants precision. It wants to fix what's been neglected. But watch your inner critic as well this week. Taurus energy can sometimes resist the change. And Mars might push harder than you used to be. So you need to be willing to look at what needs pruning, but also not to lose your soft side or your softness in the process. And then also just keep that full moon that we had in Sagittarius is like still echoing, all right? It's still in the energy. This energy still hanging around. And this basically highlighted your 8th house of shared resources, intimacy, transformation. So you might still be processing revelations around trust, depths, inheritance, emotional baggage that's ready to be released. But this week is also still fertile ground to clear the air, reset boundaries, or come to peace with something deep under the surface. Right, and then towards the end of the week, the sun moves into Cancer around the 21st. This brings a more softer emotional cycle for you, Cancer. I wanted to call you Cancer now. Perhaps you got Cancer in your chart, but I wanted to say Cancer energy really does activate your 3rd house, communication, thoughts, community, and you'll be more tuned in emotionally and your intuition will be guiding your words. if there is something that you need to say, Spirit is just saying, say it from the heart. All right. Now, finally, Jupiter is also going to be in Cancer, and this is really big. It's expansion that is happening through emotional intelligence, creative expressions, and also intuitive learning. And remember, you don't need to rush anything, but do also honor the quiet whispers that's guiding you towards something that feels more like home. So, my beautiful Taurus, this week is really about alignment, radical truth, and your comfort zone is really shifting, but not to punish you. All right, it's expanding to include more of what you actually need, not just what you've tolerated. So let's dive into the cards that we have here. We have, when I meditated on your energy, White Raven Spirit came out, 66, trust in the magic. Your general overall energy is the Eight of Swords. Your challenge this week is temperance, and your advice is the Five of Swords. Taurus, let's talk about this White Raven Spirit first, trust in the magic. Also, number 66 on the card. 66 could really be significant for you this week. I mean, we also are in June, so something also could have happened on the 6th. Something could have happened from beginning of June that's happening in 6 weeks. Or perhaps you're just seeing the synchronicity 66. It's really a powerful double-digit master number vibrating with the harmony and spiritual alignment, right? Now, the message that I'm getting here for you for this week is, even when your path seems clouded or unclear, I don't know why I wanted to say unclear, I feel there's a divine order behind the chaos. And you don't need all the answers to move forward. You just need to trust that the unseen forces are aligning for your highest good, right? And that magic is real. It really does live in spaces between logic and surrender. And Spirit's also saying, just open your heart to the unexpected, right? Listen for the signs and just trust in the timing of things. And let me know in the comments if what does 66 mean for you, or the number 6 is happening this month. Right, Taurus, I feel like you may have also been feeling like things are spiraling a little beyond your control, especially with the changes that have been probably shaking your foundation. But this week, Spirit just wants to remind you that you're not alone in the unknown. Something scarce is really being woven. And even if you don't see right now, even if all you can see now is the unraveling, right? Sometimes there's things also happening behind the scenes. So let's dive into your overall arching energy, the Eight of Swords. And this card is really talking about mental prison, Taurus. So perhaps you may be overthinking, maybe doubting yourself, or feeling stuck in circumstances that seemed immovable, right? But the truth is, those blinds, right, they looser and then they appear, right? You can take them off. Spirit's also saying that you're not as trapped as you feel. This week is, you need to shift your inner dialogue, all right? What if, what if it's the only thing that's holding you back, right? Is you taking off the blindfolds. It's that belief that you can't move forward, and just also be mindful this week of that be mindful of like fear-based stories, right? Step back from any spiraling thoughts and let your heart not, yeah, so don't go from a place of fear, all right? Lead from your heart. Your challenge here is temperance, balance, patience, emotional alchemy, right? So this week, is not to rush the healing, not to force the pieces together before they fit. Temperance is about trusting the timing and blending, right? Not reacting. So you might want to fix it now or get a quick clarity on something, but your soul needs integration, not instant results. And Spirit is really blending something for you behind the scenes. Not only it's not only your job to remain centered, right? It's not, yeah. So, but you need to also pour into yourself when you wish others would give, right? Be at peace. Be the peace that you are craving, right? Fill up your own cup. And this is about also regulating your energy, your nervous system, right? Even when circumstances test your calm, the more you stay balanced inside, the more things will harmonize around you. Now, we got this 5 of Swords as your advice. Tension, conflict, communication, this card talks about, right? Or perhaps needing to win at all cost. And Taurus, the advice is here to just pick your battles, choose wisely, and don't always let your ego drive you into unnecessary fights, especially with those that you love or work with. Sometimes peace is worth more than being right. There's really a chance someone may push your buttons this week, or you may perhaps be tempted to act defensively. But Spirit is just saying, protect your peace, walk away if it even feels like a no-win situation, right? Not every sword is yours to carry. And then also just be mindful of your own inner critic, right? Don't turn the sword on yourself. So my beautiful Tauruses, this week Spirit really inviting you to trust in the unseen magic. Even if the road feels a little bit foggy, you're being called to free your mind from old limitations, to hold space for balance in the middle of emotional shifts, and to protect your inner peace. You know, you don't need to control it all. You just need to stay grounded in your truth. Let go and just trust the alchemy. Magic is already in motion. So, beautiful souls, I'm sending you so much love and light. Thank you for hitting that like button and leaving me a comment. I'm seeing double 5s for you. Changes really could be significant for you as well. Changes are happening. Things are shifting. If you feel called to do a personal reading and dive into your own story, let me know. Details are in the description box. And remember, Taurus, you know, the more likes we get on our videos, the more bonus readings we will get. But I'll trust I'll get some likes, and I'll definitely be doing another video this month for you. I'm sending you so much love and light, and I'll see you in the next one.